students. Good evening, all my dear students. Hi, I hope you are doing great. So am I. Well, today I'm going to teach you English. So before going to the topic, I would like to share a very short story, an interesting and fascinating story. I'm going to share the screen. Yes, it's about the obstacles in our path. The obstacles in our path. So, first, we shall try to understand the meaning of obstacles. Obstacles, which means hurdles. Obstacles, which means hurdles. If you see the picture there, you can find a big stone on the path, right? Path, which means way. So, behind that stone, there's a man. And behind of him a king who is hiding beside the tree. So what's the story about? So we shall see now the obstacles in our path. So once upon a time in a small kingdom there was a wise king. He is very intellectual and intelligent. He wanted to test his people and teach them a valuable lesson. So, what he wanted to teach, we shall see now. So, one day he ordered a large boulder to be placed right middle of a busy road. So, he ordered to place a big stone in the busy road, and he had hidden beside the tree. Then he hid nearby to watch what would happen next. So, many rich merchants in the next slide, if you see, yes. So the picture is very colorful, right? Very good. Yes. Many rich merchants and courtiers came by. If you see in this picture, they are very busy in the busy road. Rich people, especially merchants and courtiers, they are passing through that path. So they simply walked around the rock, complaining about the king did not maintain the roads. So they complained what king is doing in the palace is not at all bothering about the people of his kingdom. He is useless. What is he for? So they got vexed with king's behavior and they just went. So few blamed government officials. They cursed for not removing the stone on the path. If you see the next slide, yes, few more people they have come and they also like literally got vexed and the things are going like this by scolding a king and finally a poor farmer has come. He was carrying a bag of vegetables on his in the basket. When he saw the rock, he put that bag down, I mean basket down, and he tried to push the rock out of the way with all his strength. In the next slide, if you see, he kept all the efforts. In the next slide, yes, he kept all the efforts. He started moving the stone aside. He pushed it out of the way. It was heavy, and he struggled for a long time, but finally he succeeded. Okay, so as he turned to pick up his bag, he saw a small pouch lying where the rock had been. So he has seen. So in the next slide, if you see, you could see that there's this pouch right on the path. The next slide, there's a pouch lying where the rock had been. So he opened it and found it filled with gold coins. What is that? Gold coins, and there is also a note. What note it is? We shall see now in the next slide. Yes, so that note says that this reward is for the one who removes the obstacles from the path. The road is for everyone, but only a few try to make it better for all. So this road is for everyone, but only few try it to make better for all. So that person deserves these gold coins, and ultimately this poor farmer, a peasant, he won the gold coins. So finally, what's the moral of the story? What did you understand by this moral of the story? The king showed the peasant what many of us never understand. Every obstacle presents an opportunity to improve our condition. So, in our life, in education or in the class, you might have come across many obstacles, right? So you try to solve that obstacle and make it a better opportunity to improve the condition. And next, if you see in the next slide, yeah. So this is the moral of the story. So whatever the opportunity, whatever the problems that you face, try to find out the solution and make in your condition much better. And now going to the topic, today's topic is phonetics. What is today's topic? Phonetics. I'm going to share that PPT of phonetics. But before that, tell me what is communication? Yes, just have a definition in your mind. What is communication? What is language? And what is this phonetics? Why should we talk about phonetics? And why are these important when you learn language? We shall try to know about it in this PPT. And we shall start. Yes. Well, today we are going to learn about phonetics. Phonetics, phones, which means sounds. It means we are talking about, going to learn about sounds, speech sounds. Next one. So first I'll give you a basic introduction of this phonetics. Okay. So then we will learn all the sounds, transcription and all that. Phonetics is the scientific study of the physical sounds of human speech. So every human makes sounds, right? That study of physical sounds of human speech, not animal speech, human speech, that is called phonetics. Okay, remember the definition. In the end of the session, I'm going to conduct a test. So listen carefully. And why is phonetics important? So why should we learn this phonetics? Why it is important? Yes, in the next definition, we shall see in the next slide. Why? Because it helps in correct pronunciation. This is very important. So, whatever the word that you utter, make sure you pronounce it properly. Okay. And next one. So, first one is helps in correcting pronunciation, useful in learning languages. So useful on learning languages. And if you see, we have many accents like British accent and American accent. If you want to speak in such a way, first you have to learn how to pronounce those words. So it helps to learn slangs, dialects, and also learning languages. Next one, helps in speech therapy. So it also helps in speech therapy, like have to spell those sounds and all that. It helps in that kind of therapy. And next one, important in linguistics, language teaching and forensics. So first, you might be alien to these words like linguistics and forensics, right? So first we shall try to understand linguistics in detail. Okay, first linguistics. What is linguistics? Linguistics, which means it is a scientific study of language. So this is called linguistics. Yeah, why should we study about languages? Of course, we have to know the words and its meanings, its usages, where we have to use that word in the sentence. If you put any wrong word, then definitely it becomes a miscommunication or misunderstanding. So that's the purpose why, see, even in Kannada language also, most of the words are borrowed from Sanskrit, right? So study of even English also is borrowed from Latin, German languages, French. Okay, it helps us understand how languages work, how they are structured, how they are used and have the changeover. Of course, Kannada is a Dravidian language, but few words are borrowed from Sanskrit. It's not originated from Sanskrit, but few words are borrowed. Likewise, Telugu, Malayalam also, few words have borrowed. Okay, so we can learn how this language works, where these words have grabbed from, and that is called linguistics. What it is? Linguistics. And the next one, next slide, main areas of linguistics. Now there are certain categories in the linguistics. We shall learn a few categories of it. First one, phonetics, which means study of speech sounds. like have to pronounce. Like in Kannada, we know like these are basic cha cha gha. Like this kind of this kind of pronunciations, how speech sounds. This is called phonetics, study of speech sounds. And next one, phonology. What is this phonology? Which means study of sound patterns in a language. Phonology, which means study of sound patterns in a language. How these sounds, if you see in the ancient times, before the human evaluation, this how the languages have evolved. These many languages in India, like Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, all these, how all these framed this, where you study the sound patterns, that is called phonology. Phone, which means sound, logy means study of sound patterns in a language, that is called phonology. And next one, morphology. So before you learn about phonetics, you have to be introduced to these words, general basic words. We're not going in depth, these are basic things to know before knowing about phonetics in detail. Okay, morphology, which means studies of word structure. Earlier we talked about sounds, letters, and now these are like word structure. How each letter is kept side by side and formed as a word, and we give meaning to that word and speak, right? That study is called what? What it is called? Morphology. Morphology. And the next one, syntax. What is the syntax? Study of sentence structure. Before we've spoken about word structure. Now we are talking about sentence structure. So we put words to words side by side to frame a sentence to get a meaning completely or incompletely. That is called syntax. About sentence structure. So what kind of sentence is it? Subject or verb or object? That is called, okay, sentence structure, which means syntax. And the other one is semantics. What is that? Semantics, which means study of meaning in language. So language has meaning, lots of meaning, right? Without meaning, we can't. We don't have any word or sentence. This semantics is a study of meaning, in the language. Okay, next one, sociolinguistics. It's not social studies, sociolinguistics, which means study of how language is used in society. So we have multiple words, n number of words you have, but how beautifully you frame into a sentence and make it more meaningful in a positive way, or whatever it is, no, either negative. What kind of language are you using? How you are using in the society? That is so social linguistic, the language which you use in society. Is that pleasant language or unpleasant language? Such things comes under the social linguistics category. And next one, understanding why people from different regions speak the same language. So for example, the social linguistics, why people from different regions speak the same language differently, like different English accents or Telugu dialects. See, Telugu people speak in a different way. Malayalam speak in a different way. Okay. Uh, Abbayodawing and the Shara, this is the way sometimes some people may use. Like they you for have different slang, different dialects. And even in Telugu states also they have their own mother tongue slangs that reflects in English as well. So same word, but they speak in a different way. Okay. So next one, what is forensics? So you may ask me, ma'am, if any crime happens, this in criminal stories this word is used, but how this for a forensics is related to phonetics, we shall try to understand. This is a general knowledge that I'm giving you about phonetics. Forensic means applying science to solve crimes, right? No, applying science to solve crimes. Whatever the crimes happens, any if any uh, uh, things you get identify to solve that crime, for that you call forensics. So this forensic science uses various scientific methods to investigate crimes and help in legal cases. So these forensics. help to solve the legal cases. So that why this forensics crime is related with phonetics, we shall see now. So next slide. Types of forensics. Just to know about phonetics detailedly, so how it is connected with the forensics, we shall learn the types of forensics. Then you will get a clarity. Next one, forensic linguistics means study of language to solve crimes, analyzing threatening letters or fake calls. So first thing, you may know, you may get we have heard many news like fake calls, or like there is a bomb, here is a bomb, or fake letters. What kind of language they have used? Is it from which language originated is this language? Or from that they can analyze. If no Telugu people use different kinds of words. If it is from that originated, they can guess that the fake call has come from this locality. Or if the language is mostly used from a certain region, then they can come to a conclusion that from that locality we got this. So you can that means they can solve the crime uh, appropriately within time using that words or sentences used through fake calls or letters. Okay, next one. So, in such a way, it helps to solve the crimes. Forensic DNA analysis is studying blood and hair. So, that is, and the next one, fingerprint analysis. As this is related to linguistics, we are trying to learn few more other details. Next one. So digital forensics like studying mobile, email, and computer data as well. So such kind of things where this languages have related, then it would be easy to solve the crime. If someone uh, if someone sends a threatening message, a forensic linguistic can study the language. As I've told you, if CID or police officers get any threatening call or any letters, first they will see the language that they have used, the words that they have used. Because of those words only, they can analyze who the criminal is, like from where the call has arrived. So writing style, grammar, to help find the person who wrote it. So even in the fake calls, if they get any through voice or the words that they have used, they can analyze from which community. For example, Telugu people have they say, "Hey, did you come? Ma? Did you go? When you come, re?" It means in Telugu, "No ostava." Like means this kind of Telugu mother tongue is has so much influence with the English language as well. So this kind of study of linguistics or phonetics also helps in forensic report. Okay, next one. So this is the link. No, now connection between linguistics and forensic. The real connection is here. Next one. Forensic linguistic is a special field where experts use language and speech analysis to help in a criminal investigations. Generally, multilinguistic means a people a person who speaks many languages would be an expert to tell which kind of language, what kind of words they have used, and what kind of sounds they pronounced. Based on that, they can get a clue or hint to identify the criminal behind the crime. Okay, in such a way, this forensic linguistics is helpful. So now we are coming to the point. The whole thing earlier I've told you is just a basic introduction. So now key concepts like first one is consonants and vowels, two major categories of speech sounds we have. When we talk about phonetics, majorly we need to know about consonant sounds and vowels. So in English, we have 26 alphabet. But I'm not talking about alphabet, consonants, or vowels. I'm talking about speech sounds, phonetics. Okay, next one. So, first, keep these consonants and vowel speech sounds in your brain. Now comes to IPA, which means International Phonetic Alphabet. What is this IPA? It is a system to represent speech sounds in accurately. For example, if I pronounce th, so how to represent this speech sound? There is a transcription that is called IPA. If I say fa, 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 so this transcription have to put it on a paper to give a no transcription. That is called IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. Nothing but alphabet. You give an alphabet to certain sound, that is called International Phonetic Alphabet. It is a system. Okay, these, put these terms in your mind. Okay, so when we explain about these detailedly, that will understand very well. The words bat and pat, if you see, you pronounce in the same way, but there is a slight difference, right? Bat, pat, ba, pa, which means differ only in one sound, that is ba, pa, bha, pa in phonetics. So this small change can differ a lot with the meaning ma, and is studied in detail. So the small sound can make much more a bigger difference. Okay, next one. If you see next one. Now enter to our main topic very detailedly. There are 44 phonic sounds. How many? 44 speech sounds we have in English. So what are those? Let's see. Next one. There are, of course, as I've told you, that 44 phonic sounds are again categorized into two types. First type is 24 consonant sounds. How many? 24, and we have 20 vowel sounds. 20 vowel sounds. Overall, how many? 44. So consonant sounds are categorized again based on two features. As I've told you, consonants and vowel sounds, right? Consonant sounds are again categorized based on two features. What are those? We shall see now. So first feature is place of articulation. So in this introduction class, we'll just know the basics. In the next class onwards, we shall see how to pronounce these words lively. And place of articulation means what? Where the sound is made in mouth. See, in mouth, how we talk using lips, also tongue, and when you talk, the air which you breathe from, larynx, pharynx, this kind of, I will show you in the pictures in the upcoming slides as well, where the sound is made in mouth, from where that sound is coming, from throat or from lungs or from upper palate, that we will see. Next slide. If you see manner of articulation, earlier I've told you place of articulation means which part are you using. Now how the sound is made, how air flows from lungs. You breathe, right? When you breathe, once you breathe, right? It goes to a pipe, wind pipe, through then lungs, and again when you talk, you speak through the air, right? So how you articulate, with what, using only lips or using only tongue, or tongue and lips, that we will see. The next slide, by place of articulation. So by place of articulation, those are 7 categories that we will learn in the next class. But these are the only basics about phonetics for today. Just have a no idea about these terms which we have used in this class, and I'm going to conduct a small test whether you have uh, remembered all these terms and all that. In the next class we shall detailedly learn about speech sounds, and where these articulations comes from, how to you use the mouth parts to pronounce the words properly in English. As we have British accent and American accent, if at all you have a plan to move to abroad, so have to speak in their accent. That also we will see. Okay, for now, yes, we shall start it. Yeah. So phonetics is mainly concerned with, as I've told you, phonetics, phone phonetics. Phones means sounds. So what it is? The answer is it writing styles or L is missed? Okay. Production and presentation of speech sounds. So it's this phonetics is not right about writing styles, but it is about speech sounds. So the answer is production and presentation of speech sounds. And the next one, how many vowel sounds are there in English? How many? Is it five? A, E, I, O, U? I'm not talking about letters. I'm talking about sounds. It is 20. The answer is 20 only. The option is given wrong way. Okay. Next one. There are certain, yeah. IPA stands for. IPA stands for. So what's the answer? Is that International Phonetics Transcription or International Phonetic Transportation? So the answer is first one. International AL. AL is missed. AL Phonetics Transcription. There are certain typo errors here. However, yes, we will minimize in the next one. What part of phonetics deals with how speech sounds are produced? The answer is which part of phonetics deals with how sounds produced? Is that acoustic or acoustic phonetics or articulatory phonetics? Articulatory phonetics. The answer is articulatory phonetics. Very good. So, what is the study of speech sounds? Obviously, phonetics. The answer is phonetics. So, we shall see the answers. Fourth one has wrong. Shall see the answers. Yes. What's the study of speech sounds? Phonetics. And how many vowel sounds are there? 20. And which part of phonetics deals with how speech sounds are produced? Articulatory phonetics. And phonetics is mainly concerned with production and presentation of speech sounds. IPA stands for International Phonetics Transcription. Very good. For today, you got the introduction of phonetics, and you also learned about basic terms that you want to know about phonetics. So in the next class, we shall detailedly learn about the all speech sounds and the categories, and also have to pronounce based on place of articulatory and manner of it also. And for today, this is the class about phonetics. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and have a nice dinner. Thank you all, my dear students.